are moving on with solving inequalities, linear inequalities. We're going to move on to MD and Fing concept. Just keep in mind this is part of 3.3. Okay, this is actually 3.3. I just kind of congested it with 3.2 section. Write it on there so when you organize your notes, you're going to know. Okay. The front side of your notes, I would write 3.2 because the front side that we did, the front page, is 3.2 section. All right. So we are going to talk about MD and F. And we've talked about this as 7th graders. I'd say things like you need to MD and F it. Don't forget to MD and F it. You forgot MD and Fing. MD and F means if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you flip the inequality. It's a rule you just have to accept, okay? I could show you examples. I'm not going to go through it right now in the video. I'll show you it after we stop. But it creates a true statement. If you don't MD and F something, it's not going to be true. So again, write it down. It means if you multiply or divide, now let's comma in, multiply, divide by a negative, you flip the inequality. Here's the properties to look for. If the negative is to the left of the variable, if the negative is to the left, you're going to MD and F it. That means you're going to flip that inequality. If the negative is under the variable, you're going to MD and F it. So if it's to the left, you'll MD and F it, means you'll flip it. If it's under, you'll MD and F it, you'll flip it. Okay? Let's try to see if we can identify what we would MD and F. You don't need to solve these. We're just going to identify. I have to ungroup it quick. Okay, so when I prompt you on these, you're looking to see if there's a negative to the left or if there's a negative under it. If there's a negative to the left of the variable, you're MD and F in it, okay? 7 plus a negative x, is that an MD and F inequality or not? Is there a negative to the left? Yes or no?
Yes.
There's a negative to the left. I would MD and F it. I would flip that inequality in the end. 3 minus a negative f. Hold on, this is tricky. I usually do this last.
Wait, no.
Because this turns to plus. 3 plus x is less than 11. No, there's no negative. The negative kind of disappeared. Make sure you write in your notes, write 3 plus x by that one. Put an arrow to that no MD and F is what I would do to save me some time. I would just put an arrow where it would go, and then I would write why it is. Okay? This is a no MD and F because I'm actually adding. 3 minus x is bigger than or equal to 9. MD and F or no MD and F? MD and F it? I would MD and F it because there's a negative to the left. Negative 65x is bigger than negative 2. MD and F or no MD and F? I would, because the negative is still to the left. It's negative 65 times x. So I would, if you multiply or divide by a negative, you flip the inequality. You MD and F it. Negative 3 times negative x. Awesome. Madison, why is that a no?
Because negative times negative is positive.
This actually turns to 3x is bigger than negative 2. I would not MD and F it. Please keep in mind that the state standards, they will test your knowledge on this. You will probably have 2 to 3 questions like this on the MCA where it will be kind of an easier inequality to solve. But they'll make it where you'd have to MD and F, where you'd have to flip it. And that's usually where they get the kids. Kids forget that. It's not something that just hangs out in your mind like, oh, I'm going to MD and F an inequality. not something that's always there, okay? MDNF or no MDNF? MDNF or no MDNF? Yeah, because the negative's to the left. It's actually -1. Madison, you're so good at this. MDNF or no MDNF?
Yeah.
Variable, left, negative, MDNF. Variable, so again, I look. Variable's right here. Look to the left. I see a negative. So I'm going to MDNF it. Okay? So you should have a line. You should have a line going to all of them. All right, if you didn't get it, that's what you should be working on. Then a line going to all of them or write all of them. Okay, next slide. Fractions. We love them. We love them so much. The first thing you want to do is make sure fractions are on both sides of the equal sign. Because if you're going to deal with fractions, you might as well make everything a fraction. It makes things much easier. That means if you see a whole number, put a 1 under it. So whole number, write this down. Everybody's writing this down. Whole number, put a 1 under. That's what that means. If you see a whole number, you're putting a 1 under it. All right. Remember, when you solve fractions, when you get rid of a fraction, you have to multiply through by the reciprocal. Maybe put a little star and say reciprocal. It will help you remember. So I'm putting a 1 under the 6. Now I'm going to multiply through by the reciprocal so I can get rid of it. Times 1 over 6 times 1 over 6. Okay. Times through by 1 over 6. It all cancels out. You get x is bigger than top times top over bottom times bottom. X is bigger than 1 over 30. Next one, -2/3 x is less than 6. Again, if I'm dealing with a fraction, I'm going to make them both a fraction. Times through by the reciprocal. Notice that what happens when I times through by the reciprocal, it cancels out, and you get x is less than, now I can do top times top over bottom times bottom, but I'm going to cross simplify. 6 and 2 share a factor of 2, so it's actually -1 on the bottom there. So it's top times top over bottom times bottom. X is less than 9 over -1. X is less than -9. Now you don't have to do that strategy. Notice if you went 6 times 3 is 18. 18 divided by -2 is -9. Okay? All right, next one. 5/6x is bigger than 1/2. Everybody go through and solve this one. So I'm going to times this fraction by 6/5. My purpose is to cancel out that fraction. If I do 6/5 on the left side, I need to do it on the right side. Keep that balance, part of algebra. Notice that they cancel out. I'm left with x is bigger, cross simplify, top times top over bottom times bottom. 1 times 3 is 3 over 1 times 5 is 5. X is bigger than 3/5. The next one. The first thing we're going to do on this next one is put a 1 on the denominator. That's the first thing we're going to do, put a 1 on the denom. Now, the fraction in front, how do you get rid of it? Well, it's actually, multiply by the recip. Cancels it out. Do it to both sides. Cancel. Cancel. X is less than, look, I can cross simplify. 2 times 7 is 14 over 1 times 1 I don't need to care about. So it would just be X is less than 14. Okay? So that is the conclusion of our lesson.